Hello, Tycoon Online, and this is Jay Chen. Welcome back. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you about the trends page. The trends page is right here on the right. It is very useful, very useful. You should definitely look at this page every single day, multiple times a day if you have time. Up here on the trends page, there are 6 links to this trends page. Produced goods. So this is very simple. This just tells you all the goods that have been produced and how many of them. A week ago, yesterday, and today. So far, today. Um, this is not that important. There's just a lot of numbers just for you to take a look at it. Um, next link, number of buildings. This is very crucial. Okay, so depending on your strategy, you want to figure out what your competition is doing. So one way you can do that is you can click a number of buildings, and under here is under construction. You can take a look at what everybody else is building, and you can get a rough idea. So for example, if you're thinking about building a brewery, you can look. Hey, well, look, there's 101. Okay, one brewery is already finished, and none under construction. So there's really nobody entering the alcohol business. One thing to note here, that you might find surprising, so I'm gonna have to explain this, is that forest will always be very high. There will always be a large number of forests under construction, and therefore, well, the reason why there are always lots of forests under construction is because forests are very big and they take a long time to build. So therefore, there will just be in general more forests under construction. Right now, I believe there's a lot of forests in construction because wood is really high and people aren't just making enough forests. So, voila. If you look, also wheat is 6 zones, and so therefore it also takes a while to build. So it also has a lot of people making wheat. Okay, so that is how you figure out your competition. This doesn't actually give you a very good estimate of whether or not you should build something. Just because, for example, 13 people are building this, does this mean that paper is not very good? This doesn't tell you much. If you want to know that, you want to go to the next link, calculation of market prices. This tells you, based off of the production thus far today, what would be the price change. This is very useful. It's based off of some complicated math, so I'm not going to explain it. If you want to, there is the help files right over here, if you can read about it. But basically, you want to look at this, and this gives you a rough idea of the prices and what will happen. So if you look, toys are overproduced, and therefore it will go down by 9. Or it's predicted to go down by 9. Maybe it will only go down by 6. But that's so far the prediction. An example, the thing is, this marble is about even, so it's produced at the average, and so therefore it's not going to change at all. One thing to note here is that prices cannot go below 5 and they cannot go above 150. That is why furniture is going to stay at 0. It should actually go up by 6, but it's at 150 and it can't go any higher. Okay, next link. Sales on the market. Alright, I look at this link all the time. Alright, so what this basically tells me is how many units of what good were sold on the market. This is very helpful to me because I have a lot of shops, and so therefore I buy a lot of goods off the market, and I want to know how many goods were there total. So, for example, I would always look at bread. There were 4,528 bread sold yesterday, so I think to myself, okay, of that, how much bread can I buy, right, in order to stock up for all my grocery stores? I'll tell you a little secret. I bought a lot of that, and of the 4,170 today, I think I also bought a lot of that. Anyways, so this is very useful for those of you who are buying goods. It also gives you a good prediction of, not a good, but a rough prediction of how many more goods you can sort of expect. So bread, right? Yesterday was 4,528, and so you can about expect maybe a few hundred more, give or take. Sometimes people make less bread, sometimes people make more bread, sometimes people stop selling it. So it doesn't. It's not guaranteed, but it gives you a rough idea. But that's why it's very useful, because you want to figure that out. Um, all right, next one is not very useful. Sales to the bank. That's exactly what it says. It tells you how many units are sold to the bank. When you sell to the bank sells to the market. So this is sales to the market. Sales on the market is more important than sales to the bank. Last is sales in shops. The sales in shops, you only get this link if you have gold membership. It's not that useful in my opinion. You can do without it. It just basically tells you all the goods that were sold in all the shops. Interesting to note here, since I have gold membership, I can show you this. Sausages and newspapers are both sold in kiosks, and so they should be equal if you have all the goods. But if you look at it, actually, it's not equal. There was 3,810 newspapers sold, and 15,354 sausages sold. That means that there was like some 1,500-ish newspapers missing. People just couldn't stock up their kiosk with newspapers, probably because I bought them all, and therefore they just missed out on that sale. Poor guys. Interesting enough, if you look at the other one, between bread and frozen fish, it's the opposite phenomenon. There's more bread being sold than frozen fish, so that means people just couldn't get any fish. Which is really strange because there was a lot of fish in the market. People could have gotten fish. But whatever. Happens, eh? But this is just this information. I don't really find it very useful, but meh. Maybe you could find some use for it. Okay, and that concludes the trends page. Again, I just want to emphasize that it's very useful to look at this page, especially the calculation of market prices. You want to see if your next building where that you want to build, will it go up or will it go down? And this is a very good indicator of the direction of where it's going. If you want to know more about this, like I said, go to the help files, and this will tell you more about the calculations, the math. If you really want to know the numbers, the multiplication, blah 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 blah, it's all there, all for you. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope everybody starts looking at the trends page to figure out prices, and I hope you act accordingly. Because if you do look at some of the prices, they are quite redonkulous. I think gasoline hit 3 days ago, so did frozen fish. Yeah, I don't know why you guys are producing so much gasoline and frozen fish. But anyways, that concludes my little video for the trends page. I think I will make another one soon about a different page. Alright then, so I hope that helps, and good luck, have fun, bye.